Hi students, welcome to Bio 100 Online. I'm Dr. Jensen, I'll be your instructor for this class. Hopefully you got my email, if you're watching this video you did, and you've gone through each of the things that I've told you to do and access Canvas, but I would like to take a moment to just show you all of the details so that it's easy for you. So I've got here on the screen the Canvas course. So again, I'm using Canvas instead of Learning Suite. So to access Canvas, you're going to go to this address, the byu.instructure.com. Okay, if you are enrolled in the course, you should have access to Canvas and it should show up as Bio 100 Section 11. If you do not have access to the course, you're not enrolled. If you are enrolled and you still don't have access, you need to call IT for help. Their phone number is 801-422-4000. And they can figure out what's going on. Every once in a while, AIM and Canvas don't communicate. And so you just need to call them. But generally you don't have any problems. You should have access to Canvas. So this is the course. In Canvas, just a quick FYI, if you click on Home, it will always take you to the page that you need to be on. You don't need to access pretty much anything else. Maybe grades, but that's it. Everything else should be on the home page, and I think you don't even have access to some of these things. I'm looking at it from an instructor point of view. Okay, so looking at this, the first thing I want to show you is the expected learning outcomes. This is probably the most important document that you can download. So you can see it brings it up here in the page, but you can also download it. The learning objectives tell you what you will have to be able to do at the end of each module. Okay, and I've kind of put it up by day, but this is an online course, so you do it at your own pace, sort of. There are due dates, I'll show you. But anyway, each of them tells you exactly what you need to know. So like looking at day 5, it says that you should be able to define the word theory in scientific terms, that you should be able to distinguish a theory from a hypothesis and understand that theories guide the formation of hypotheses, etc. These are like your study guide for exams. So when I go to write an exam, I look at these and I write the question according to these learning outcomes. So for instance, for day 5, number 2, to distinguish a theory from a hypothesis, I might give you an article abstract and you're looking at it and I might ask you which one of these is the hypothesis versus which one of these is the theory, and you should be able to distinguish them. So it's aligned really well with the learning outcomes. So if you know the learning outcomes, you should do well in this class. All right, so that's your learning outcomes. Again, back in Canvas, where am I? Doesn't matter, click Home. If you click Home, it will always take you back to where you need to be. Okay, the next thing is the schedule of due dates. Now I've already clicked on this and I've got it pulled up right here. This schedule of due dates tells you exactly when things are due. So this is not a course that you work through exactly all on your own schedule. Reason being, we don't want you to procrastinate. That's not good for your learning. And so if we can give you some due dates along the way, it keeps you on task. Now this is not to say that I'm not a procrastinator. I'm like the worst procrastinator. But from side experience, I've learned that if there's due dates, I do better. So I'm inflicting that upon you. But they're aligned with the recitation sessions. So your section has a required recitation session, and in person, once a week, come in and meet with the TAs, and they will help you accomplish the things you need to accomplish for that week. So you can see on the schedule that there's 2 options, Thursday at 11 or Thursday at 5. They just last 1 hour. You just need to choose one. You don't need to go to both. You just choose one and you attend it every week. And if you need to flip-flop between them, it's okay. I would recommend that you sort of pick one and stick with it so it's in your brain and it's on your schedule, but you can go to either one. There will be attendance taken and they are required for your grade. Alright, so if you're looking at the schedule, you can see that the due dates correspond with the recitation sessions. So each unit will open up at the beginning of the unit. So the first unit opens September 5th. Everything will open, so you can certainly work ahead. You just can't work behind. And so you can see that the first 2 assignments, there's not one for the first day, but the second assignment, it is due the day of the recitation session at midnight or 11:59 p.m. So what I would recommend is that you try to do everything for the module, for that particular day 2 module. Do everything, attempt it, but don't press submit until you go to the recitation session and have your questions answered, and then you have from the end of the recitation session until midnight to just go in, correct anything you want to, and press submit. Okay, so for the next one, you'll have to do modules 3, 4, 5, and 6 before that Thursday recitation session, and then by midnight on that day, you need to submit 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then at the end of a unit, there is an apply assessment. That's just a fancy term for an exam. So the apply assessment is an exam. It will end the next day. So you're going to submit all the homework the day of the recitation session on Thursday, and then Friday by midnight, you'll submit the exam. Okay, and I'll talk a little bit more about those in a minute. But that's how the schedule works. There is one funky one right here where there's an asterisk in Unit 4. Wow, how do I even say this? These ones are it's a lot of information. It's a little bit difficult, and so we felt like it was too crunched. So there's a little bit of extra time, so it doesn't totally coincide with the recitation session, but that's just the way it went down. And then, yeah, the rest of them should be pretty normal. Okay, all of your exams, and including the final exam, are all online. You do not ever have to show up to the testing center. You just have to show up to these recitation sessions once a week. Okay, so that's that. Okay, let's go back to the home page. So looking here, the next thing you'll see is the Explore Video Access. This is a YouTube channel where all the videos are for the class, and I'll come back to that in a minute. Adobe Connect is a way that I can connect with you off campus, so just online. If we ever need to use that, or the TAs will do this during office hour, you're just going to click on that, open it in a new tab. You'll just put your name in and enter the room as a guest. Okay. Again, go back to the home page. Okay, so the apply homeworks, you're going to access these through Qualtrics, and I'll explain this in a minute. But once you submit them through Qualtrics, you no longer have access to them through Qualtrics. So this is a way to re-access the homework and study for exams. Right? All right, TA bios. If you click on this, this will bring up your TAs. You actually have 3 TAs in this class, but Josh is the only one that's on the ball and has his biography in. I shouldn't say that. I haven't told the other 2 to do it yet. So, but hopefully by the time you watch this, their bios will be in here as well. And so this will allow you to access the TAs. It'll tell you when they're available in office hours, where their office is, how to email them. So Josh and Clara will be running the recitation sessions, and then Jonathan will be doing most of the grading. So you'll get to know them here. So again, go back to the home page. The Practice Qualtrics survey, you should have accessed that if you read my email. If you do not have access to that, please follow the additional instructions. If you were able to access that, do not do that second step. It will erase you from Qualtrics. It's a big pain. And inevitably every semester several students do this, and then it's, why can't I access that? And then I have to figure it out. So just follow the directions. Next thing on here, your pre-assessments. So there are 2 pre-assessments. One of them is just an attitude survey, what you think of the class or what you're expecting. The other one is, excuse me, it gives me an idea of where you are with scientific reasoning skills as you enter this class. This helps me know how to help you. It also helps in some of the research we're running on the BYU online system through the university. So we require that those be done by midnight on the 18th. Okay, and they are worth credits, so please make sure you do those. All right, so then let me explain a little bit about how this class is set up and the theoretical rationale behind it. So I'm going to bring over this figure. So I'm an educational researcher, so I research a lot about pedagogy and what's most effective in helping students learn. And the way that we've set this class up is in 2 phases. So there's a content attainment phase, this orange. Content attainment is when you actually are exposed to the material initially. So this is just the learning that you're going to do, and we're going to do it in a very exploratory, constructivist way where you're thinking about it and you're building understanding, but that's where you're initially exposed to the material. The second phase is equally important, if not more important. That's the application phase. This is when you are required to apply the information you've learned to new situations. Research has shown that if you never have the chance to apply it, the knowledge becomes contextualized, meaning that it only applies in the context you originally learned it. And then it becomes kind of useless unless we're talking about fruit flies or something. You're not going to know the information. And so we try to have you apply it to humans and to monkeys and to fruit flies and everything else so that it's not contextually locked. So that's the homework application. So looking right here, most classes that you're familiar with, you would go to lecture and attain the material and then do some kind of homework assignment online or at home to apply. There's also a flipped classroom. This is where students are attaining the material at home before class and then doing the homework in class. This is you. You're the online. So you're doing everything online, but you're doing the content attainment online, and then you're doing the concept application online. All right, so that's how this class is set up. So that means, I'm just going to move this over here. For each module, you're going to do 3 things. All right, so looking at day 2, for instance. The first thing you're going to do is content attainment. You're going to learn the material. So you're going to click on this link for the Explore video, and it's not, I don't think it's actually going to open it because I don't think they're open yet. Yeah. But it will take you over to Qualtrics, where you will put in your net ID, remember all lowercase, and it will give you access to that. It's really just a YouTube video, okay? But we need you to access it through Qualtrics, because Qualtrics will record that you actually went in and viewed it. It also records how much time you were on there. Right after the video, it will say, did you watch this video? And you'll just click yes and submit. This is how we can grade you, because we'll look at the time you were logged in, and then we'll look that you accessed it. Okay? If you don't do that, I can't give you a grade for doing the Explore videos, even if you watched them on YouTube. So please make sure you access them through the link on Canvas that takes you to Qualtrics. But like I said, up here, you can always go to the Explore Video Access after the fact, and it will bring up all the YouTube videos for all of the classes. Now let me introduce you to a couple people. So the videos are actually done by 2 of my colleagues. One of them is Dr. Ogden that you're seeing in this video, and then there's a woman that pops up occasionally. Her name is Dr. Holt. Both of these guys are my collaborators. We designed this class together. So we got together, we wrote scripts, we created PowerPoint. So all of this is my material, but they are the face. They just have a prettier face for camera and are better at it. So they did the video. So you'll see a lot of them, but just keep in mind that it's the same words that I wrote down. They just are reading the script for the information. And so it's all our information together. And they're awesome. They're really good at explaining things. So most all of the videos are them. I think there's a couple where I show up, but mostly it's them. Okay, so that's the videos. All right, so going back here, so there's 3 things you're going to do. That's the first. You're going to watch the video, but through Qualtrics. The second thing you're going to do is come back to Canvas and click on this Explore assessment. This is a little quiz, just to see what you learned from the video. Okay, we are strongly encouraging you, in fact, mandating, that you take the first attempt of this quiz, close book, close note, just cold turkey. Watch the video and then jump in and do this quiz. This will help you to know how much you learned from the video. So just try your best guess, see how well you can do from the video. Once you've submitted that first attempt, you have unlimited attempts with open books, open note, rewatch the video, whatever, to get 100%. So I encourage you to take it as many times as you need to get 100% on it, but take that first attempt without looking at notes, just so you can see how much you've learned. So that's number 2. The third thing you're going to do is concept application. So again, you're going to click on the link here, and it's going to take you into Qualtrics, and you're going to complete a homework assignment. Homework assignments are meant to help you learn how to apply. So you can use the books, the videos, you can use the TAs, you can use neighbors, whatever you're trying to learn how to do this material. And again, this is when you're going to go attempt it and then go to the recitation session, and the TAs will help you learn how to apply this material. So you should be able to get 100% on the homeworks as long as you're attending these recitation sessions and you're attempting it beforehand. Okay, so that's the third thing. So you're going to watch the video, you're going to take the little quiz, you're going to do the homework assignment. Sometimes there's some supplementary files that you need for the video. They'll be posted into the same module. So you're just going to make sure you complete the module by the due date that you push submit. By the way, if you're working on them in Qualtrics and you're doing it and then you need to walk away, as long as you come back to the same computer, it should pick up right where you left off, because it saves some cookies for you. I don't know how that all works, but as long as you're on the same computer, it should pick up right where you left off. All right. Okay, so then at the end of the unit, so let me go scroll down to Module 6. That's the end of the unit. So you'll see here is your apply assessment. The apply assessment is a high-stakes summative assessment. Okay, you are given 1 hour to complete this. So as soon as you open it, you have 1 hour to finish it. They're about 15 to 17 questions, but they're high-level application-based questions. So 1 hour is not a lot of time. Now, they are open book, open note, not open neighbor. But you may have all of the materials in front of you. So I would recommend that you go up and you download the Apply Homework PDFs. So you've got those sitting in front of you. You can have the videos up on the screen. You can look at anything you need. You just can't get help from a neighbor or a TA. But because they're timed 1 hour, I would strongly recommend that you study for them and be ready. because it's not a lot of time. If you have to look everything up, you're not going to finish. Okay, and so that's the assessment you take at the end of each unit, and then you start the next unit. All right, and that goes the whole class that way. Let's see, what else? I think that was everything. So just keep in mind that you have 3 TAs that you can access if you need help, plus my door is always open. So I will post my office hours as soon as I figure out my life. I will have those on there. You can email me, but keep in mind, if you email me, I have like over 750 students in 6 different classes this semester. So please preface your email with, I am in Bio 100 Section 11. Otherwise, I'll probably email you back and say, what section are you in? And I won't answer your question because I need to know what class you're in. So please make sure you tell me what class you're in. My office is in the Life Sciences building. I'm in the southwest corner office of the main floor, the 4th floor. You can come see me. I'm here almost all the time, but in classes and things. So I will post my office hours, like I said. If you have any questions, please email me. I will come to your first recitation session just to introduce myself and get to know you guys. So I think that's everything. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, we'll see you soon.